Hey everyone, and welcome back to Keys World. Today we're diving into the wild side of reptile keeping with reptile nightmares, the nastiest pets to own. Now, I've spent my life getting up close and personal with some of the most incredible creatures on the planet. And let me tell you, not every animal is suited for a life in your living room. The reptiles on this list are the real deal, powerful, unpredictable, and absolutely not for the faint of heart. These aren't your friendly neighborhood bearded dragons or leopard geckos. We're talking about animals that demand respect, expertise, and a serious understanding of the commitment you're making. So why are we talking about them? Because knowledge is power. It's crucial for potential owners to understand what they're getting into before bringing one of these animals home. Owning a reptile can be one of the most rewarding experiences, connecting you to a primal, ancient world. But with these specific species, the stakes are incredibly high. We're talking about the potential for serious injury, immense financial and spatial requirements, and the heartbreaking reality of having to rehome an animal that has become too much to handle. It's a journey that can quickly turn from a dream into a genuine nightmare if you're not prepared. Before we jump in, a serious word of caution. This video is for educational purposes. We're here to explore the challenges and risks associated with these magnificent but difficult animals. This isn't a how-to guide, but rather a think-twice guide. We want to promote responsible pet ownership, which sometimes means recognizing which animals are best admired from a distance or left to the most experienced, licensed professionals. So, buckle up as we explore the reptiles that can truly test the limits of even the most dedicated keepers. This is going to be a wild ride. Kicking off our list is a reptile that proves size isn't everything when it comes to ferocity, the tokay gecko. Just look at this thing. It's absolutely stunning, with its vibrant blue-gray skin and brilliant orange spots. It looks like a living jewel, and that beauty is what often draws people in. You might see this little guy and think, hey, it's just a gecko, how bad can it be? Well, let me tell you, this is not your gentle, hand-tamed crested gecko. The tokay has a reputation in the herpetological community, and it has earned every bit of it. They are notorious for their highly aggressive and territorial nature. Imagine trying to do simple maintenance in their enclosure. You just want to change the water bowl or mist the tank down. For a tokay, that's an invasion of their kingdom, and they will defend it with the heart of a dragon. They are incredibly fast and will not hesitate to launch themselves at you, mouth wide open, letting out their signature loud, barking call. Tokay, tokay, right before they strike. This isn't a bluff, it's a promise of pain. Their confidence is astounding, and they will challenge anything they perceive as a threat, regardless of how much bigger you are. And let's talk about that bite. For a small lizard, the tokay gecko packs a disproportionately powerful jaw. Their teeth are designed to grip and hold on to struggling prey, and when they latch onto your finger, they do not let go. It's not just a quick nip. It's a grinding, clamp-down bite that can easily draw blood and be surprisingly painful. Trying to pry them off often just makes them bite down harder. This combination of a hair-trigger temper, lightning speed, and a bulldog-like bite makes the tokay a true handful and a nightmare for anyone expecting a calm, handleable pet. From a small lizard with a big bite, we now scale up, way up, to one of the largest and most powerful snakes in the world, the green anaconda. This is a creature of myth and legend, a true river titan from the swamps and marshes of South America. When we talk about anacondas, we're talking about colossal size and bone-crushing strength. These are the heaviest snakes on the planet, with some females reportedly exceeding 500 pounds and reaching lengths of over 20 feet. Owning one isn't like owning a pet. It's like managing a living, breathing force of nature in your home. The sheer logistics of caring for an adult anaconda are staggering. You can't just go to a pet store and buy an anaconda tank. You need a custom-built, room-sized enclosure, essentially a secured indoor swimming pool with a robust filtration system. The cost of building, heating, and maintaining such a habitat is astronomical. And then there's feeding. An adult anaconda requires massive prey items like whole pigs or goats, which presents its own set of ethical, financial, and practical challenges. This is not an animal you can care for on a whim or a budget. But the biggest risk, of course, is the danger. Anacondas are constrictors, and their strength is almost incomprehensible. An adult green anaconda can easily overpower and kill a human being. While they are not inherently aggressive towards people, a stressed, hungry, or frightened snake of this size is a lethal weapon. Any interaction from cleaning the enclosure to feeding requires at least 2, preferably more, highly experienced handlers. One mistake, one moment of inattention, and it could be your last. This is a pet that can, and has, killed its owner. It's a true nightmare scenario. Next up, we have a lizard that combines high intelligence with a notoriously unpredictable and often aggressive temperament, the Nile monitor. These are large, powerful lizards native to Africa, and they are incredibly active and inquisitive. Their intelligence is one of their most captivating traits. They can solve problems, they seem to learn routines, and they are always exploring their environment. This intelligence, however, is a double-edged sword. It means they get bored easily and require a massive, highly enriched environment to keep them stimulated. A bored Nile monitor is often a destructive and aggressive Nile monitor. Their formidable natural weaponry is what makes their unpredictable nature so dangerous. A large adult can reach over 6 feet in length, and they are equipped with a powerful whip-like tail that can deliver stunningly painful blows. Their jaws are strong, filled with sharp, serrated teeth that can inflict deep, ragged wounds. But perhaps their most dangerous weapons are their claws. They are long, incredibly sharp, and designed for digging and climbing. Even a tame monitor simply trying to climb on you can leave you looking like you've been in a fight with a box of razor blades. The real nightmare with Nile monitors is their temperament lottery. Some keepers report having relatively docile individuals, while others end up with a reptilian demon that wants to tear them apart every time they open the cage. You never really know what you're going to get, and their mood can switch in an instant. One moment they might seem calm, and the next they're charging you, hissing and whipping their tail. This unpredictability, combined with their size, strength, and formidable claws and teeth, makes them a huge risk and a pet that is absolutely not for the inexperienced. The Burmese python is one of the most famous giant snakes in the pet trade, often sold as small, manageable hatchlings. They are frequently, and dangerously, misrepresented as gentle giants. When they're young, they can be quite docile, which lures many unsuspecting keepers into a false sense of security. The nightmare begins with their explosive growth rate. That cute little 3-foot snake can easily become a 10-foot, 50-pound powerhouse within its first couple of years. Within 5 years you could be dealing with a 15-foot, 150-pound animal that requires a custom, room-sized enclosure. This rapid growth catches people completely off guard. The small tank they started with is quickly outgrown, the cost of food skyrockets, and the snake becomes physically difficult to handle. Many owners find themselves in a desperate situation, unable to provide the space or care this massive animal needs. This is why so many Burmese pythons end up neglected, abandoned, or surrendered to rescues that are already overflowing with unwanted giants. It's a tragic cycle that starts with a small, seemingly harmless purchase. Beyond the logistical nightmare, there's the ever-present danger. Like the anaconda, the Burmese python is a powerful constrictor. While documented attacks on owners are rare compared to the number of snakes kept, they do happen, and they are often fatal. The rule of thumb is that any snake over 8 to 10 feet long should never be handled alone. A simple feeding response mistake, where the snake confuses the handler for food, can turn deadly in seconds. The sheer power of a large Burmese python is awe-inspiring, and underestimating that power is a gamble you should never, ever take. If you thought the Burmese python sounded like a handful, allow me to introduce our final nightmare reptile, the African rock python. In its native Africa, this snake has a well-earned reputation for being aggressive and dangerous. While the Burmese python can often be docile, the African rock python is infamous for its foul temper. They are known to be far more defensive and willing to strike than their Asian cousins. This isn't a gentle giant, this is a giant that is often just plain mean. These snakes are Africa's largest, regularly reaching lengths of 16 feet or more, and they are incredibly powerful. Their feeding response is legendary for its intensity and speed. They will strike at anything they perceive as food with explosive force. This makes feeding time an incredibly high-risk activity that requires strict protocols and nerves of steel. An accidental bite from an adult African rock python is not a small matter. Their long, recurved teeth can cause severe lacerations, and that's before the snake even begins to constrict. What truly makes them a nightmare is the combination of their immense size, raw power, and aggressive disposition. They are also notorious escape artists. An animal this large and strong can test every seam and latch of its enclosure, and if it gets out, you have a very dangerous situation on your hands. There are numerous accounts of African rock pythons preying on large animals, and they are one of the few snakes documented to have attacked and killed humans in the wild. Bringing that level of risk into a home environment is a decision that should only be made by the most elite, expert keepers with specialized facilities. For everyone else, it's a disaster waiting to happen. And there you have it, 5 reptiles that can turn the dream of pet ownership into a living nightmare. From the small but mighty tokay gecko to the colossal African rock python, these animals command our utmost respect and caution. The point of this journey wasn't to demonize these incredible creatures. In their natural habitats, they are magnificent survivors, perfectly adapted to their world. The problems arise when we try to force them into ours without the proper knowledge, resources, and dedication that their complex needs demand. It's a path paved with challenges that most people are simply not equipped to handle. Before you ever consider bringing any reptile into your life, whether it's on this list or not, please do your homework. Research is your single most important tool. Understand the animal's full adult size, its lifespan, its specific dietary and environmental needs, and its temperament. Talk to experienced keepers, veterinarians, and reputable breeders. Be honest with yourself about the time, money, and space you can realistically provide for the entire lifetime of the animal, which in many cases can be decades. A pet is a lifelong commitment, not a temporary hobby. Ultimately, responsible ownership is about making smart, informed choices. It's about ensuring the well-being of the animal and the safety of yourself and those around you. There are so many amazing reptiles out there that make wonderful, rewarding companions for the right person. But remember, not all reptiles are created equal. Choose wisely. Thanks for joining us on Keys World today. Stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next